Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is King Manye. I am the leader and the captain of my destiny, and I will succeed because I believe I will. Welcome to my YouTube channel. For those of you that's new to the page, I created this channel May 19th after doing some time in prison to share my stories with those to help end mass incarceration. Now, I don't glorify violence. I don't glorify prison. Ultimately, I tell these stories just to reminisce and give some insight on the realities of the conditions that many men still live in and the realities of choices, consequences, and how I'm doing today. So basically, this story right here is about administrative segregation, um, also known as ADSEG. Some people call it the shoe, some people call it the hole. Ultimately, it's a place where uh, people who are facing new charges or people who are facing disciplinary action are placed while you're in prison. So even inside a prison, you can go to another prison. And it's like a prison, but it's just basically you're on restriction. You're on lockup, you're on timeout. So you basically are confined to your cell 23 hours out the day. You come out for 1 hour most of the time, and that 1 hour is divided into maybe 5 minutes to shower and 45 minutes of rec. But so anyway, I found myself in this place called ADSEG, administrative segregation. I was placed in there for attempted AWOL. I was caught out of bounds. So inside this place, my first time inside this place, this was 2020, maybe 2020, Solano State Prison, and this was B Yard. And so, um, like I say, this is my first time in ADSEG, and when you go to ADSEG, first thing you're gonna notice is it's fucking hella loud. It's loud, it's loud, it's loud. You got people yelling out the door, people rapping. It's just loud, it's crazy. It's kind of like the hole or the box for those of y'all that been to YA. But so I'm inside ADSEG, man, and I'm just peeping. I always peep out the scene and see what's going on and kind of watch my surroundings and see what's going on. Well, when you go to ASEG, you are first of all you're in handcuffs. So you walk inside the building. The door opens. The door opens. You walk inside. You got on your clothes. They put you in maybe a shower. They take you to the shower. The showers have a lock on them. So as you go inside the shower, you have to put your hands out the little tray slot. Your hands are in handcuffs, and the officer will unlock your handcuffs, and he will tell you to remove all of your clothing. So right there, you will start taking off all your clothes because you're about to undergo a strip search because they want to make sure you don't have no weapons. A lot of guys that are coming to the ADSEC maybe have just stabbed a guy off the yard. Maybe you just got in a fight. So usually after this, and after they go to medical, they do another thorough search, checking you for contraband, making sure you ain't bringing something to one of your homies. It's all type of little things that people do. People fake like they fight to go drop something off to their homies, or they do all little type of skits. But I was really in there for some BS, and so I'm getting strip search. So the officer he tells me to take off all my clothes. I take off my clothes. I take off my shirt. I take off my pants. My blue pants and all that stuff. And then I place it in a bag. They'll put it in a bag. They'll label the bag with your name and the date that you came in. This is the intake process. Uh, you'll undergo that, and then you'll be placed in a cell. You'll be placed in a cell, and then that's when you're placed in a cell, a psychiatrist or psychologist, somebody to check on your mental status, will come and talk to you through the window and say, "Excuse me, are you doing all right? Are you hurt? You have any injuries on you?" Because like I say, everybody that's coming in here has just usually gotten a fight gotten maybe a riot, maybe they just stabbed somebody, maybe they're a victim of rape, maybe but they're in some type of trouble, or they're being protected. So so the lady comes and asks me that, and I go through with emotions, no, everything's fine and things like that. And then I start noticing, few days go by, I see the cages outside in the day room, and it looks like, every day they unlocking the cell and they're bringing out people to talk inside these cages. Um, these cages are, uh, this area, I would later find out is the mental health area. Mental health. So they have mental health inside of the building. And so they got mental health inside the building. And every day I see guys coming out, sitting inside these boxes. What I mean by boxes is like a doggy cage, just a maybe 6x9 wire cage, where anytime you come out of this cell, you have to sit inside this box and communicate with a person outside of this box. It looks like a confession booth or a telephone booth. And so I asked, what is that? That's how I find out it's the mental health. And then so there's psychs that come around, and they'll hand out every Sunday. They'll hand out little packets to keep you busy, maybe to do a word search puzzle, things like that. Like I say, you're sitting in the cell 23 hours out the day. You got books. You don't have no electronics because you own disciplinary. Matter of fact, I take that back. They give you a radio when you come, an old school wind up radio, if you want one. All your property that is over in the building, you'll get that within a week, but sometimes 10 days. They have 10 days to give it to you. So it's a process. It's a long process. But this story right here is about specifically what I encountered with mental health. I started noticing that all the people going down and getting inside the cells, the doggy cage, was brothers. It was all blacks and some white boys. Very rarely would you see any Hispanics, any Mexicans. As I later found out, it was against their policies, their politics, to be a part of the mental health program. So you would see only blacks go down and talk in these cages. And I started talking to somebody in my vent, one of my next door neighbors, and he started telling me that that's mental health, and that's the only way you can get out your cell. You get to come out at least, once a week. So it's a loophole to get out your cell for more than an hour a day. You get to go out there, you get to sit in the cell, and plus you get to talk to the psychs, which is always females. So everybody's doing it. Everybody's trying to interact with these females. Everybody's trying to go out there and talk to them. So what I started noticing is people that are part of the mental health program usually have mental health issues. And then what I also noticed was some of them was playing crazy. Now you can never tell the difference. And that's what this story is about. You couldn't tell who was playing and who was serious. So there's this old man named Biddy from Frisco. He's from San Francisco or from Oakland. He's from Oakland. One of them two. Yeah, he's from Oakland. Anyway, I one time out in the rec yard, I get to talking to him. Just talking to him. He's maybe my next door neighbor in the cage, and we get to talking about why we're in here. While we're talking, he's telling me why he's in here. He was in there for what they call overfamiliarity. Basically, he was trying to shoot his shot and talking to a woman at one of his jobs, and she told on him, and now he's in ad set. Fast forward though, I see Biddy, like he's a few doors down. He's one of the ones who always comes out and talks in the doggy cages to the psych. Well, eventually I get enrolled and start talking, coming out my cell and talking to the psych. You just talk, you go out there, you talk about your problems and this and that. They want to enroll you in a program called Triple C, and if you enroll in that, you can come out. And so I was like, whatever. So We come out there, we talking. Uh, but after maybe like the third time I came out and was talking to the specific psychologist or psychiatrist, whatever the one who helps you with your mental issues, this sexy lady, uh, I noticed every time I came out, I would hear Biddy get loud on the door. He would say, "Ah, you stanky white bitch! You stanky white bitch! You're nothing but you're a stanky funky bitch." He would just start going off. And I'd be like, it's always loud, but that was, I noticed it happened every time I came out and sat in this box. And I started listening even closely, paying attention when I would go back in my cell. Then I would notice it had something to do with the lady I was talking to, the psychiatrist. See, because every time she walked past his cell, he would get to popping off like he was pimping. "That's right, bitch. You funky ass bitch. I told you, bitch. You better stay off them doors, bitch." And he get to, and I'm like, man, is this motherfucker crazy or what? Like I say, you can't tell who is crazy or what. And so anyway, we in this place. I'm trying to figure out what the hell this nigga going through, because this is different. But the weird part was the psych wasn't responding. She wasn't responding mad or angry. She would go over to him and say, "What's going on?" And then they would get quiet, and it was like this weird interaction, like as though she was listening to what he was saying, like as though she was really under his command. So I was like, am I going crazy, or is this nigga crazy, or this a motherfucking crazy place, right? So I'm trying to peep, gang, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? "Come here, bitch!" And she would come. And I'd be like, what the fuck? So fast forward, maybe like, okay, a few weeks down the line, I'm in the cell again. I'm in the doggy cage. He gets to talking shit to her again. Basically, this time I hear him saying, talking shit, and he said, "Yo, no good ass nigga. Yo, this old this old bust ass nigga in the cell trying to holler at my bitch." And now it pops, it registers what's going on. This crazy motherfucker got the idea that this psychologist is his bitch, is his woman, is his property. Now, I don't know what type of relationship they had outside of this place or even in this place, but he started yelling out that I was a player hater, that I'm hating, and that I'm telling this woman all of his business. Now, mind you, I don't know this dude. I talked to him one time outside in the tanks, in the doggy cage when we was out in the rec yard, just about what brought you to the hole, what brought you to AdSeg. But outside of that, we never had any personal discussion. I don't know the man. He talked like he was a player, a pimp. He told me some shit about the porn star Pinky. It's right there. I should have knew he was kind of nuts. But you never know. People know regular people. She from the region, but he talking about, yeah, he know her and, all this. That's his cousin and little shit. But I don't care about that. What I care about is what he started yelling out on the tier. He started yelling out, that this day he started, oh, play hating ass nigga, telling the bitch all my business. Oh, yeah. So he went from talking shit to her to talking shit to me. Mind you, I said, we don't know who's really crazy, who ain't. But he seemed regular to me. He know what the hell he doing. And so this kind of pissed me off. Not that he's just a player hater, but then he started getting real stupid, real ignorant. Started yelling out shit about my mama. Started yelling out lies on the tier that I'm in prison for raping my mama. Now, that's nothing I got to defend myself against. That just purely outraged me. I don't even yell on the tier and respond, but when the nigga said that, I told him, I said, blood, when I see you, I'm going to break your motherfucking jaw. I don't care how old you, I don't care. That's all I said. When I see you, I'm going to break your motherfucking jaw, nigga. Period. And so that was one, he had got me hot. He had got under my skin. And not only that, he trying to disrespect my reputation in front of the whole building. Like it's how we know each other or something. So I tell him that. And then we back. I tell him that, and then the psychiatrist later comes and tells me that to ignore what's going on because these people really have mental issues. She said these people are really sick, and some people have real issues. Uh, so I never understood that. I never understood where that aggression came from that dude. You know, out of nowhere, he was calling me a player hater, saying that I was trying to steal his woman, and then he started saying little fabricating stuff about me and my mama. That's just way off the chain. But maybe he started doing this to everybody, not talking that type of stuff to everybody, but started yelling at the police, started doing stuff to the point where he was really getting sick. He had stopped taking his meds. I found out he had stopped taking his meds, so he was really. But one day he snapped out of it when I was walking past him in the shower, walking past his door, and right before he got transferred, I walked out and we hadn't talked. I was just looking. I was just, ain't nothing. He's an old man. He ain't old like that, but I'm gonna still break his jaw when I see him. But I was in the shower and he said, "Hey, Ak, man, I apologize, man. I was wrong, man. I was wrong." And right there, I was okay. This man, he got it. He kind of ain't got it all. He kind of nuts. Because he said it, and then I walked by and said, I was wrong, Ak. I was wrong, man. My bad. Smiling and shit. Motherfucker's crazy. I tell that story to say, so in prison, even in the world, you're gonna have people who are delusional. I tell the story to tell you that you have people who are jealous, envious. And so even for something that they don't own or possess, this was somebody who was here to offer public services to everybody. You know what I'm saying? But in that type of environment or in his mind, people become territorial. Like, oh, that's my psychiatrist. Oh, you're trying to steal my psychiatrist. But in this case, this fool thought it was this woman, or maybe it was. I don't know. But I'm King Manye, the leader and the captain of my destiny, man. I was sent here to inspire those who are great and sometimes tend to forget it. If I ever see this nigga Biddy, I promise him I'm gonna break his motherfucking jaw. But I'm not gonna do that because he asked for forgiveness, and I know that he was really mentally ill. I mean, if you like anything you hear, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. Let me know what you think about this story in the comments. Y'all have a blessed day.